I thought my roommates were coming home, but that was just someone shoveling outside, because did you know it snows in the northeast of the Americas? It does, and I hate the shit out of it. Hey friends, if you're like me, which is to say a human being who has run into other human beings, you may have found it difficult. You may have run into the situation, as I have, of other people being interested in and having thoughts on your relationship life happenings. This ranges from assuring me that one day I'll have a boyfriend, to people advising me that it gets harder to meet people as you get older, and so I'd better get a jump on it now or resign myself to life as a worthless cat lady who is devoured by her only companions upon her death alone in her apartment when she confuses a marble for a chocolate truffle. Alright, nobody's ever said that last 3/4 of that, but I feel like it was implied. Some have been concerned for me and my singledom. Some have been downright incredulous that someone like me with such a great personality and wonderful hair could be single still.
Yes, even when I make these voices.
I'm not incredulous. I know full well. Cats and wine, and funny voice for the rest of time. Did I just make a new theme song? Cats and wine, cats and wine, cats and wine for the rest of time. Yeah, we'll work on it. There's something there. I think we've got something good there. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I can't believe you don't have a boyfriend. You're so great. Which, first of all, is kind of annoying on one hand because they're assuming that I fancy the men, which I do, but assumptions, okay? They make an ass-ump of you and me. Yep. The end. That's what we can do to people that make assumptions. Shun their assumptions. Moving on. And though a general compliment to my personality and hairstyling at the time is still a little backwards, still a little dig. Dig. That's a weird way to shovel. Not gonna go very fast. Gonna take you a while. Dig yourself out of that backwards compliment. It seems to communicate that singledom is not for people with great side bangs, which I don't have right now. There, now I do. Great. But saying things like, I can't believe you don't have a boyfriend or significant other because you're so great this, that, or the other thing, seems to communicate that people who are single do not have great side bangs or a witty personality and generally enjoyable word-mouth speech and enjoy wine and cats. Singledom is for those with something wrong with them. And though I have enjoyed being single and being in a relationship, I have found so far in my life that I have enjoyed being single the most. Not to say there aren't great parts about being in a relationship, but it definitely takes a lot more work than being on your own. Just makes sense. You have to consider another person and all things, and that's like exhausting sometimes. You're stealing all the covers. And there seem to be a fair few who actually understand that singledom can be enjoyable and doesn't make you damaged goods, destined to be alone, or that that's a bad thing, or wrong for liking being single. It's actually kind of healthy. And I don't want to discount relationships. They can be potentially very positive, happy, wonderful things if you're in the right one. But I just want to say this today for all the people who maybe need to hear it. There is nothing wrong with being single. Nothing. Whether it's by choice or just the set of circumstances you're in now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being alone. Being in a relationship is not the be-all end-all that society and the media seems to portray it as, okay? There's no pressure. You don't have to be in a relationship ever. If you don't want. Without a romantic relationship, you can still be happy. You can still be successful. You can still do the shit you want to do. All of it. You can go to a movie. You can go to dinner. I like counting on my fingers. You can do that still. You don't need a relationship to count on your fingers. You have choices. I go to movies all the time by myself. I go, and it's fine. I don't think people judge me. If they do, I've got another finger count for them. 1. is how many fucks I give about you giving a fuck about that I am in a movie theater alone. This many for if you give a shit about me eating dinner alone in a dinner serving establishment. This is how many. Finger counting is fun. Do you see? Do you see how fun it is? You can go on a trip. Yeah, you can travel by yourself. It won't kill you. I've done it. Didn't kill me. I mean, I guess it could kill you. Anything could kill you. I don't know. There's literally nothing holding you back. No other person that you need to consider in your choices. Just you. You do what you want to do. You do you. And not being in a relationship does not mean you can't have love. I have shit tons of love. Shit tons. I may not be in a romantic relationship, but I have love. I have the love of my mother, my sister, my family, my friends, and maybe best of all, I have the love of self. Was that dramatic enough? I hope that was dramatic enough. Now, disclaimer, and do not get me wrong, it is still a work in progress, the self-love. I think it's just always gonna be. We are our own harshest critics, and as such, it takes a little bit more work, practice, and concentration sometimes to be love, self, all the time. Okay? I still get the dark, evil thoughts in my brain, and I have to shut them down, shut them up, and then some days I just wallow in them, and then I have to be like, this is dumb, turn it around, get it back together. It's great. There are still negative thoughts in my head that I have to fight with. There are still dark days when all I see are faults and failures. Sometimes it has to be a very conscious choice for me to stop thinking negatively and to try and turn it around into something positive, whether it's me being negative towards other people or towards myself. Quieting your thoughts takes a lot of practice. And that can be a little exhausting sometimes, but it's worth it. It is worth it. I do it because I know underneath that self-doubt, negative self-image sometimes, and the just general discomfort I often have in my own skin, I love myself. I care about myself, my well-being, my future, my present, the things I want to do, my happiness. I care about all of that. And I know that everything starts right here. That's my heart, if you can't tell. It's underneath my skin, muscle, and rib cage, but it's in there. That's what I'm pointing to. It's not there, it's in the heart. That's where it starts. My heart is my guide, my compass, my guide and compass. My gumpus. It's the lichen growing on that one side of the tree telling you which direction it is that I don't remember. My heart knows me, what I want to achieve, and it wants me to achieve it. If only I could quiet what is happening in here constantly and listen to it. My mind gets distracted sometimes because, hey look, pizza! And it can get bogged down and it gets confused by the outside world and what's going on in my own dome. But by caring for myself and listening more closely to my own personal beatbox, I feel like I can turn things around. Because no one is worth loving more than me. No one is worth loving more than you. By you. Love yourself, goddammit. So please, don't worry what others say, do, or think, okay? All that matters is you. Romantic relationships can be wonderful and majestical. They really can. But I just want you to remember it's not the only kind of love, and that it does not actually count for more than any of the other kinds of love. And I would argue it's not even the most important kind of love. Self-love is. Focus on what matters. You. Because that will be the longest relationship of your life. Happy Valentine's Day. Mwah! Thank you for subscribing. Like the video if you liked it. Share it if you think someone needs to hear an uplifting message about being single and loving themselves. Or needs any sort of pointers on finger counting. I love you, and I think you're doing great and swell, and keep up the good work, and I'll see you next time, okay? Okay, I love you. Mwah!
I made that one. It's so nice.
Ooh, almost threw up a little.